Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Rick Bullock. I'm Director of Product Management at HBS Online, and happy to welcome you to Talking with the Team, where we'll tell you a bit about our entrepreneurship and innovation courses. First, wanted to introduce you to two of my colleagues, Katie and Stephanie. Katie?
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. Very excited to be talking through this portfolio of courses with you. My name is Katie Alex Stevens. I've been with Harvard Business School Online for about 7 years now and a product manager on this particular portfolio. Stephanie?
Hi, I'm Stephanie Hovsepian, and I have been with HBS Online for a little over 6 months. And I'm an assistant product manager in the entrepreneurship and innovation courses.
Thank you so much. So today, we wanted to tell you a bit about the HBS Online learning experience overall, share an overview of our entrepreneurship and innovation courses, help you to kind of see some comparisons between our courses to help determine which course is right for you. We'll share the schedule of upcoming programs, and then we'll also provide some time for Q&A. Thanks to those of you who submitted questions when you registered for the session. And for those of you watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, please feel free to submit questions. And for those of you on Zoom, please take advantage of the Q&A feature to share questions. So before we dive into the specifics about our courses in the entrepreneurship and innovation portfolio, we wanted just to tell you a bit about the HBS Online learning model overall. We think there are kind of 3 key pillars that differentiate our courses. Our courses are active, social, and they're grounded in real-world cases. So the courses are active in the sense that they provide kind of a wide range of interactive learning tools. We have what we call the 3 to 5 minute rule, such that in any of our courses, you'll encounter a new activity or exercise or video approximately every 3 to 5 minutes. And the goal of this is to help you keep engaged and to progress through your learning. Our courses are also social. So they are cohort-based programs. So you'll start a course and proceed through a program alongside a cohort of peers from around the world. And you have the flexibility to complete our course content as it fits with your schedule, but you also meet the same weekly deadlines as your peers in a cohort. And there are lots of opportunities throughout our courses to engage and interact with your peers, share feedback, and learn from different perspectives of peers from around the world. And finally, our programs are grounded in the HBS signature pedagogy of case-based learning. And so you'll learn business concepts in the context of real-world cases. And to tell you a little bit more about how a case kind of unfolds in one of our courses, I wanted just to walk you through this slide to share a bit about how the process works. So a typical case in one of our courses will begin with a short video from an executive, often cases in these courses, an entrepreneur facing a challenge in their organization. You may be asked to answer a cold call. So as the CEO, kind of what would you do in this situation would be a question that would be posed to you on the platform itself. And then you'll have, say, 1 to 2 minutes to compose a written response. You'll discover insights and deepen your understanding of course concepts through various interactive learning exercises. And then over the course of the case, you'll kind of reflect on key lessons, and as the faculty will synthesize learnings from the case. Now I will pass it off to Stephanie to tell you a bit about our course portfolio.
Thank you, Rick. The first course in the entrepreneurship and innovation learning track is Disruptive Strategy. This course is based on Clay Christensen's thinking and research on the topic. In the course, you'll discuss how to organize for innovative frameworks to position your company for growth. It's geared towards professionals and strategists who are looking to become fluent in innovation strategy, and then take that theory and apply it to business strategy. It's also geared towards current or aspiring entrepreneurs who need to align their resources, processes, and financial strategies to position their business for growth. You'll notice in each of the preceding subsequent slides on the left-hand side has the duration of each of the courses and the weekly time commitment and the fee. The next course is Design Thinking and Innovation. This course leverages a 4-stage framework, which is to clarify, ideate, develop, and implement. You are going to develop an innovator's toolkit using user-centric, solution-based innovations. In weeks 2 and 5 of this course, you will have a project in which you will apply the tools from the preceding module to work on an innovation problem of your own or a provided scenario. This course is geared towards aspiring and current innovation managers and entrepreneurs who are looking to develop the mindset of an innovator and the toolkit to guide their team or their organization strategy. Next is Entrepreneurship Essentials. This course is based on the POCD framework, which is an interconnected combination of 4 different elements, which is people, context, business opportunity, and deal. 2 of the modules in this course, you'll take a deep dive into entrepreneurial financing. You'll also hear from serial entrepreneurs, the founder of Intuit, as well as investors throughout the course. This course, this course is geared towards aspiring or early stage entrepreneurs and then professionals just wanting to learn the language of the startup world. Our next course is Launching Tech Ventures. This is our newest course in the portfolio. The first wave of this course is on Wednesday, May 31st. In this course, you will hear from Jess Buskang over his 20 years of experience as an entrepreneur and an investor as well. This course focuses primarily on startups in the tech industry. And this is geared towards founders, startup employees, or investors who are all looking to overcome some management challenges across all aspects of their business model. And then finally is Negotiation Mastery. Negotiation is a key element in an entrepreneur's toolkit. In this course, you will hear from 2 founders who are actually on Shark Tank season 7, and they will discuss the 3 deals that they were offered during that episode and how they went about making their decision. You'll also have an opportunity to practice negotiations. There's 4 simulations throughout the course in which you can do that. And then the course concludes with a capstone assignment. And this course as well is for early and mid-career professionals or entrepreneurs who want to hone their negotiation skills to achieve success at the bargaining table. And next, my colleague Katie is going to discuss some of the key distinctions among all of these courses, helping you make the decision as to which is the right course for you.
Fabulous. Thanks so much for that, Stephanie. So you might be wondering, given these 5 courses in the Entrepreneurship and Innovation portfolio, which might be the appropriate either first course for you, or if you've taken 1 or more HBS Online courses before, what might be the next appropriate course in your path. And I will also give a plug to our friends on the marketing side of the house who have put together some really fabulous flow charts on the website, which will also help you through that thought process of given your objectives, given where you are in your career, what might be the next best course for you. But thinking just now, this particular portfolio, you can think about it in sort of 2 ways. So there's an innovation strand, if you will, and an entrepreneurship strand. So thinking about this innovation strand, we've got 2 courses, Disruptive Strategy, Design Thinking, and Innovation. These courses, both tremendous for folks who might consider themselves intrapreneurs. So they're in an organization currently, they're of an innovative, creative mindset, looking to perhaps introduce new products, new services, new business models, think about the strategic direction of the organization. Both of these courses give tremendous frameworks and hands-on practice to do so. So for example, Disruptive Strategy, Clay Christensen's course, you start the course right off with a strategic question that you bring based on your organization's current challenges. So you articulate that question at the outset, and as you work through Clay's frameworks and theories, you really enrich your understanding and come up with some action steps on that strategic question. And the course then culminates in a final paper in which you can really delve into your organization's challenge, or apply the theories to another organization that interests you. And interspersed throughout that, there's opportunities for one-to-one interviews, the jobs to be done framework, if you're really interested in consumer insights, what is your target customer looking to achieve, and many other frameworks from Clay. Design thinking and innovation. Similarly, if you are situated within an organization looking to become more innovative, this course has a lovely combination of what we call content weeks and then project weeks interspersed throughout the course. So again, you'll be learning the theory, learning the conceptual models, but then directly applying it to either a challenge of your own at your organization, or to a provided scenario that if you're a student or not currently affiliated with an organization, you'll still be able to, engage with all of that great theory and frameworks. And I'll just also say here too, these courses, they've been taken by folks at all different junctures of their career. But I think particularly if you are mid or senior level, there's really a lot here to engage with in terms of organizational strategy, change. So again, just really rich material for anyone, but I think mid to senior level folks have also found a lot of richness to these two courses. Turning to the entrepreneurship offerings, as Stephanie laid out for us beautifully, Entrepreneurship Essentials, again, kind of your classic foundational course in entrepreneurship. An HBS MBA course, as a matter of fact, that's been taught for many years with that PCOD framework, giving you sort of that introduction to the material. If you've never engaged as an entrepreneur yourself, perhaps you're a student, or again, perhaps you're situated in an organization looking to make that leap one day, you get that rich introduction using the framework, that material on entrepreneurial finance. You'll see on our website, one of the testimonials was someone who really loved that deep dive into entrepreneurial finance. It really gives you an excellent foundation, irrespective of the type of entrepreneurial venture you might be interested in. And then launching tech ventures functions in a couple different ways. So one, it would be an excellent next step for someone who has taken Entrepreneurship Essentials and is looking to engage a bit more deeply in different entrepreneurial frameworks, understanding a bit more about venture capital, hearing from different protagonists. Or it could be a perfect starting point for someone who knows that they want to engage in the tech space in particular. So someone who's a founder, someone who's an employee at an early stage tech venture, someone who's an investor, gives them that wonderful perspective of our HBS faculty member who himself has been a very successful investor in that space. And then not depicted on the slide is the Negotiation Mastery course, which plays beautifully, I think, in both of these categories. So again, the ability to come to an agreement when matters seem deadlocked, to create value. Every module comes with hands-on practice, negotiation simulations. So just tremendously valuable content, framework, practice for you, whether you identify as the intrapreneur, the entrepreneur, or have yet to decide, frankly, where you might be. All right, so looking ahead to the upcoming offerings, you'll see here, it's already May. So if you're thinking about one of these courses, now would be a wonderful time to act, with 4 of the courses having applications due this month. Negotiation Mastery, you'll have your next application due in June. However, also don't fret if these timelines don't work for your schedule. These courses are offered on a continual basis, but this might be a lovely time if you have some professional development dollars that you might be looking to spend on behalf of yourself, your employees. It's really a wonderful time to take advantage. And again, visit our website to see additional cohort offerings in the future. So your next steps, should you want to just learn more about these courses, view the syllabi, have a glimpse into some of the video content, read some of those testimonials we were referring to, we'd encourage you to head over to the HBS Online website, where you can find both the blog, really rich source of information, materials. You'll get to, again, engage with some of the snippets, some of those frameworks, some of those insights, some of those learnings, as well as view the learner profiles and that fabulous flowchart that we mentioned that again will help you walk through how you might think about your first or next course with us. And then you get to the application stage, and we've really tried to make this as user-friendly as possible. So we've got a free 10-minute application, some demographic information required, and then upon admission, you would simply register for your upcoming course. All right, well, I thank everyone for their attention to date. And this is one of our favorite parts of these webinars, is when we get to engage with your questions directly. So we thank everyone who has submitted a question in advance to us. We have some of those on hand. And we also encourage anyone who's viewing live, either on Zoom, pop a question in the Q&A, on any of the other social platforms you might be tuning in on. Our team's monitoring that. Pop your questions there. We'll aim to address as many as we can in the time allotted. But with our first pre-submitted question, thank you very much, I'll turn it back over to Rick.
Thanks so much, Katie. So one of our pre-submitted questions was from Angia, who asked, what is the expected outcome after completing a program? If I'm a job seeker, how does a company kind of value this program? So I want to address that in a couple different ways. Today, we talked a lot about kind of what sets HBS Online apart in terms of the learning experience. I mentioned before, active, social, real-world cases, distinguishing that learning experience. Also, as kind of an outcome of the program, just wanted to highlight kind of what happens after completing a course. And these are a few of the outcomes. So a past participant will be invited to a global professional network, HBS Online community, which is an avenue to connect with fellow, past learners. We also host an in-person annual conference called Connect, which is in person, but also offered virtually. And so participants, after completing a program, will be invited to that. We also offer a discount for repeat participants, a 30% discount for subsequent courses. And kind of immediately upon completing a program, you'll be awarded a certificate, and then you'll have the opportunity to earn a certificate of specialization, which consists of successfully completing 3 courses in a designated learning track within 18 months. So a learning track is kind of a topic area with kind of courses that are similar in content. So in the courses we discussed today, that would include the entrepreneurship and innovation courses, but we also offer learning tracks in other topic areas as well. And then you can see here one of our past participants with his certificate. Also, in terms of outcomes and employer recognition, just want to highlight some data from some research that a third-party firm has done, evaluating kind of the tangible outcomes of our programs, and just kind of highlighting some of the value that participants have found from our programs. 4 out of 5 believing that HBS Online is worth the investment, 94% saying that our programs are more impactful than other online business programs. And you can see kind of in the data below, kind of other kind of metrics that, gauge the kind of positive outcomes from the programs. And would refer you to kind of our blog where you can, and our website where you can read about student stories and testimonials and kind of other elements of outcomes from our programs. So thank you so much for that question. Now I'll hand it back to Katie to cover another one of our pre-submitted questions.
Great, thanks so much, Rick. Our next question comes to us from Jessica, who writes, how can I get my employer to sponsor this course for me? Excellent question. Jessica, we get that question a lot, and you're in good company, frankly. When we did a survey to our participants to learn what count of them either had their employer sponsor their course upfront or reimburse it after the fact, it was about a third of the share of participants at that time. So again, very smart move if you're able to get that course either reimbursed or sponsored. Our team has put together a fantastic blog post that walks you through some of the steps in particular, but just at a high level. At the outset, I think it's really about gauging the temperature at your organization. So either going to your manager, HR, just learning, is there sort of a formal professional development process in terms of getting courses either sponsored or reimbursed? If so, we offer a wonderful number of sort of artifacts, collateral that you can bring with you. So for example, the syllabus for the course, which will lay out some of the learning outcomes. Obviously, you would have your letter of acceptance to the program. If it's a reimbursement after the fact, you would have your certificate of completion. And similarly, if the organization doesn't sort of have that existing infrastructure and it's about you kind of engaging with your manager or HR to convey the return on investment that you see through these programs. Again, the syllabus could be a lovely resource there, laying out those learning objectives, making those connections between those learning objectives and your role, or where you aspire to go with your role. So again, very high level, but the blog post from the team really lays out some of those tactical steps that you can take to move that conversation forward at your organization. All right, and I believe now we'll be taking some questions from the viewers live.
Okay. I think some of our marketing colleagues are answering the questions that are in the Q&A.
We see there is a question from Sophia on Zoom. Apart from having access to enrolled course materials, what else would I be allowed to access in terms of online resources? I just wanted to kind of mention that the courses will have a specified duration of a certain number of weeks. You'll also have access to the course platform for 60 days after the completion, after kind of the last deadline of the program, during which you can continue to access the course platform, kind of, review things as you'd like. I mean, you'll also be kind of invited to join HBS Online community, the platform I mentioned where you can connect with chapters in your geographic location. There's also kind of a chapter that's been started that's not based on geography, but based on interest for entrepreneurs. And so for those who are particularly interested in this set of courses, that's another avenue to connect with, network with others who are interested in entrepreneurship. Thanks for that question. Just would encourage anyone to post any other questions through the Q&A feature. Thanks. Well, it looks like we're not getting any additional questions, but we hope that the overview of the courses in entrepreneurship and innovation has been helpful to you. Would encourage you to take a look at our website and the other sources of information we've mentioned to get kind of more information about the details of the content in the courses, to take a look at our kind of student stories, kind of the testimonials of our past participants. But thank you so much for your attention today and your interest in HBS Online. And on behalf of Katie and Stephanie and myself and the HBS Online team, just want to say thanks and hope you have a great day. Thanks so much. Take care.